I think Winnie just gave me the perfect message. I can't even begin to describe what the hell happened in week 10 yesterday. Or, as Shane said in pre show, what the hell happened in football this past weekend, period.
Mm-hmm. And we
I
got a lot to talk about.
I got no idea, but
I,
you know
I got
what? All I got to say is, let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah! Let's do this thing. Good morning. Welcome to the Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning, and I mean every single word of that, given what's happened over the course of the weekend. This hour is brought to you in part by BetUS.com, where the game begins. How insane was this weekend, you ask? It was insane enough to the point where I did something that I had only done in my dreams. And only the great Kevin Harlan did on a live broadcast. When he uttered the now infamous "I'm calling both games," he was monitoring a playoff chase. And he only did it for like 5 or 6 plays.
Mm-hmm.
My crazy ass actually did it for an entire game.
I bet you did it twice.
I'm like, what is wrong with me?
You did it twice, and in the later game, you did it for 2 different sports. This man, who has been my best friend for 20 plus years, and I have never seen him do this. I've never heard him do this. he seamlessly jumped from a first down call to an inbound pass call and then back to the second down call. Because we had went from calling the Texans and Lions game and then somehow transitioned perfectly, might I add, to the Philadelphia Charlotte game and then back out to the Texans Lions game. It was insane.
I never thought I would be able to do that. And believe me, there will be a shortcoming later today
Mm-hmm.
of that particular sequence.
Now,
When I posted something 11 years ago where I was doing a public address and play-by-play for a baseball game, I said, call me double duty. I don't know what the hell I called yesterday.
Insanity.
yeah.
It's about the only way I can describe it. Because, as Victor aptly said, somehow I jumped from the Texans Lions game on a first down possession, a first down call, made that, flipped over to my left monitor, had the Sixers and Hornets, which went overtime,
Yeah.
did that inbounds play. That led to a timeout, flipped back, and I came back here to this monitor in front of me for the Lions and Texans, and I could just hear Victor's mouth drop through the floor.
I was like, wait, hold on. Wait, what happened? Like, how did that happen?
I did this, and I wish I had an answer. Because honestly, I ain't got one.
Neither do I.
Normally, especially lately, coming off of cancer surgery and all my other ailments, it's been hard for me to finish one game. I finished 4 of them.
Yeah.
Sounds like when me and Droid did Daytona this year.
I finished 4 of them. And 2 of those 4, the teams I picked for my NFC championship both walked off yesterday.
Yes, they did.
Insane. Insane. I cannot tell y'all how fast I signed out of here and fell out.
I mean, who would have predicted the scores that we would have gotten yesterday? I mean, there was only 2 real, well, technically 3 blowout games. Everything else came down to base possession.
Yep. One possession game all over the place. Oh, and by the way, I told Victor last night I'd be hopping on caffeine this morning. That Winnie, she didn't just try to walk over my keyboard; she walked on it. Should have known. Okay, let me get this out of the way here. You know, I told Victor last night when we signed off that I'd be hopping on caffeine. Turned out that was a lie because both my alarms went off this morning. My 6:30, at my 5:30, and my 6:30 alarm. I had every intention of getting up, going out, getting coffee, and getting back in here and getting a head start on the day. My body said otherwise.
Yeah, that's a case of you ain't waking up yet.
And to borrow from Victor, I literally walked out of my bedroom at 7:59 and 59 seconds. That's why we were late getting on. So I take full responsibility for that. If you need to wake up like I do, get yourself a batch of Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. And we're going to work on all the sponsor presentations later today. And I've also decided that as much of a mulligan as I took for Monday Night Football, I'm going to try it again. Rams and Dolphins. And that's a pretty big game for both teams.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty big game for both teams. 8:15 is the kickoff. We start our pregame at 8 o'clock. More when we come back on my crazy ass day. And
there's some people that give you a roast.
There's quite a few people we're going to put on the hot seat. And my first hot seat involves the Midwest Committee of Bear Idiocy.
And I can guarantee you that I have got Father on speed dial just in case.
Well, that just in case is going to become a reality.
Father O'Shaughnessy, we need you.
I think
I'll let the father know, and I think his sermon today was on how to build a sandwich.
Back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E. Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Before we go any further, a happy Veterans Day to all of the wonderful veterans that serve and protect our country.
Thanks,
We wouldn't
Pop.
be where we are without you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Pop. Thank you, Grandpa, aka Tiny, all my uncles, and my cousins.
All my uncles, my cousin Michelle, and of course, my dad, Victor Locke Sr. Thank you all for what you guys have done and what you continue to do.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, old man. I still miss you to this day.
Oh, man, Dad and I would have been chopping it up seriously about that 49er game yesterday. We'll get to that. I didn't get a chance to make a thumbnail this morning. I'm doing that now because I already know the thumbnail I'm going to use. I'm going to get to one pattern of thumbnail. I really am. Now, I have a rapidly melting popsicle in front of me, which means Father O'Shaughnessy needs to come in.
Oh, boy.
Good morning, Father.
How are we doing today, my children?
Morning, Father.
Victor, I'm surprised you're even alive after that butt kicking your Cowboys took.
Because I didn't care.
You've already thrown away the season, too. Trust me. A lot of us up here in New England have. Although I am so surprised. I am really so surprised we pulled one out against Chicago, of all the teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, it's Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams has been sucking, but still. But today's sermon, ladies and gentlemen, is it's a little bit different because, you know, the world champions are being the world champions, and I don't need to worry about them right now. And my beloved Bruins down there at the Garden are, well, we've only played 2 more games since last time, and we're still 7-7-2. So, you know, there's really no difference there. Granted, we still need goaltending, but that's beside the point.
Badly.
Yeah, sadly.
You're not wrong. I mean, we screwed up letting Olmark get away from us, and stalling out on Swayman has unfortunately hurt us. But today, I'm going to talk about the fact that before the game itself yesterday, I went down to a delicatessen down over by O'Flaherty's. You know, they were yucking it up during the game. And let me tell you something. You get a bunch of construction workers at O'Flaherty's, and I'm going to tell you, they're going to need a repair bill for that place.
Uh-huh.
And I saw them making a sandwich for somebody. It was called the Patriot Special.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
And they described it exactly how the season has gone for us.
How so?
Well, unfortunately, this one, I'm glad they gave the proceeds to charity because this is a sandwich you do not want to eat. They started out. Oh, my son, you have come on a day where our sermon today is talking about how to compare the Patriots season to a sandwich.
How old is the ham?
Oh, they didn't use ham on this one, my child. I'll explain in a moment. They started with, for some strange reason, they started with 70-day-old mac and cheese bread. And they said, this is the ownership that we have in New England. It falls apart the moment they try to put everything together, but somehow the 2 pieces they found actually stuck. To this day, I'm still trying to figure out how that happened, but you know, again, that explains the ownership up here. And then they spread on there 38-day-old mayo, saying this is our head coach. It doesn't help holding the bread together, but unfortunately, it's what we're stuck with. They put on there, on both sides of the bread, 2 slices of Limburger cheese, saying this is our offensive and defensive coordinators. Because we would have used Swiss cheese, but we might have holes in it, but our offense and defense still stinks. And for the meat, they did not use ham. They used brisket and they used bologna, saying this is exactly what our offense has been.
Bologna.
How old is the brisket?
I think they said it was dry aged for about 4 years.
Oh my gosh!
For the fact it was so bad.
So it's basically just jerky at that point.
Pretty much, which explains why we ended up having him as a quarterback for 6 games.
That was jerky.
Which explains why we had him for a quarterback for 6 games. So this is how they explain the season in a nutshell. You try to eat this sandwich, you're going to need gastrointestinal help. So anything you get for this sandwich, please do yourself a favor and just put the donation in the tip cup, because we're just going to chuck this sandwich out anyway.
The donation in the tip cup. It's crazy.
Oh, my children, I'm telling you right now, this is a perfect definition for the season. They were going to try to work on a Cowboy special, but unfortunately, they didn't have anything good to go for. So they just tossed that out to the side, too.
We're using 100-year-old cheese.
It's pretty much just a lamb sandwich.
A lamb sandwich covered in Gerald whiskey.
Yeah. It's like old pastrami that's been dipped and marinated in Gerald whiskey, along with 100-year-old cheese.
That just sounds so terrible.
Cheese.
Dak and cheese.
Dak and cheese. There you go.
That just sounds terrible.
It is.
I'm surprised the Snowman didn't catch on to that one.
Oh,
so my children, the point of the sermon is this. I still don't know how we pulled one out against Chicago, but we sure as hell ain't doing it again anytime this season.
Yep, because you are SUCK, son.
You're not telling me something I don't already know, my child. Trust me. I've never done that. So,
gosh.
To wrap this up, praise be the Bruins, even though they're just barely above 500, and praise the world champions, because we're going to see them in June play Golden State. And pray for the brethren in Foxborough, because quite frankly, we need Kraft out of office quick.
Have him round up.
You said that like Kraft is a politician, which, to be fair, he kind of is.
Yeah, unfortunately, even the NFL don't need him anymore, because we all know what he was able to pull away back when. And now the NFL is bygone him, and he needs to make a trip to Chicago, get the witch out from up there, grab Jarrell out of Dallas, take Pennywise with all of them, and go down to Florida and retire. Now go, my children, and bless the rest of New England sports, because Foxborough needs to be shut down.
Yes, they do. Thank you, Father. And the church set up and said,
Amen.
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 Matter of fact, for that.
Oh my God, his voice.
Matter of fact, I'm going to couple that with something.
Oh, really?
I am.
And what are you going to couple it with?
After a sermon like that, everybody stood up and did this. I had to.
Yes.
That explains why the floors have been shaking. That explains why the floors have been shaking around here recently.
Oh, yes.
Ain't that the truth?
Brian,
Yes.
don't we have a visitor
Oh,
by the name of the commissioner?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, the commissioner will come later. Matter of fact, Winnie.
It seems like
Winnie's like, give me all the attention. Screw your show. Give me attention.
It seems like the kitten was enjoying the sermon.
Which is exactly what Winnie says. Let's take a break. When y'all get back, the commissioner is here. And boy, he's got some things to say.
Oh, boy.
Now, I've been working on the character, but not the script. Screw a script. I don't need one for this.
The commissioner doesn't need no script.
Exactly.
We'll be back in a moment.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn. Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from car tips to hot topics to meep meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Have we all recovered from the sandwich yet?
No.
I threw up twice.
The sandwich was so bad, my computer shut off.
The sandwich was so bad, my tablet, my phone, and my computer shut off.
The sandwich is so bad, all of my power went out.
The sandwich was so bad, it's worse than a bunch of...
The sandwich was so bad, even Drew Bledsoe didn't want any of it.
The sandwich was so bad, the entire state of Kansas had a blackout.
Yep.
No. The sandwich was so bad, everybody in Soldier Field was leaving before the fourth quarter began.
Oh, man.
Well, they did show everybody leaving on the L train.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw that. I'm going to use that later. Now, to the Midwest Committee of Bear Freaking Idiocy.
Here we go.
That said over and over and over and over of
And
how
over.
dangerous and over about how dangerous Caleb Williams is going to be and about how much of a franchise quarterback Caleb Williams is going to be. First of all, you idiots. And yes, I said it right. You idiots. Hi,
You
Lucy.
fool!
You fools have to remember you not only mortgaged and risked and doubled down your entire future and assets within
And now thrown away
for DJ Moore.
And where was DJ Moore?
Nowhere to be found.
3 receptions, 24 yards.
And 3 receptions. 3.
And that's your number one. That's y'all number one option.
And bear in mind, Caleb Williams only went 16 to 30 for $120 yesterday.
This is where I just cue this song up.
Trays, 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 trays.
Let's just call this what this was. This was a situation of what we call famine and famine. Not even feast or famine. It's famine and famine.
Famine and famine. You have no choice.
Because let's be honest, New England's not that great of a team.
You're not wrong.
And yet the Bears looked so offensively inept and incompetent that they made Drake May look like TB12.
They made our defense. They made our defense look semi-competent.
I thought Asante Samuel was back out there.
Semi-competent being the operative phrase.
I thought Asante Samuel was out there again.
We had on Caleb Williams 9 sacks.
Which explains the first problem that Victor brought up 2 years ago. Live. The Bears will go nowhere unless they fix that offensive line. And they have yet to not just fix the problem, they have yet to address the problem.
And Shane, how many sacks was recorded on Caleb Williams yesterday?
9.
Like I said, 9.
9.
You want to know the worst stat that I'm looking at right now? Their third down efficiency, 1 of 14.
1 of 14.
You mean to tell me you get 14 shots on third down? 14.
And
you only convert one of them?
And they went 2 for 4 on fourth down and punted the ball 8 times.
I'm seeing a very disturbing pattern because we saw this with Baltimore and we're seeing it with Chicago. Why are you not using DeAndre Swift effectively?
Because they're scared.
16 carries for 59 yards. Swift should at least be going 20 to 25 carries a game. At the very least, and I get it, the offensive line is porous. They cannot run block, much less pass protect. I get that. But you have to try.
You know, I think this is where.
Uh-oh.
You ready? All right. Commissioner's ready, and he gave me the cue to fire this up. Chicago, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? You call that a football team? I don't even call that a team. I don't even call it the sum of all parts. You know what I call that? I call that a bunch of people drawing a paycheck they didn't earn. I'm talking about, first of all, let's start at the top of the pile. And when we start at the top of the pile, we're talking about Virginia McCaskey's old ass. Virginia McCaskey, you should have been gone a long time ago because you don't know how to run a football team. Matter of fact, I'm willing to believe that you don't know a damn thing about football in the first place. But since the Bears miraculously gave you a Super Bowl ring in 1985 over the New England Patriots, by the way.
Don't remind me.
That somehow you gained a lot of football knowledge, which is a lie. You haven't gained any football knowledge since you took over that seat, no matter what year it was. I mean, hell, we're talking about a franchise that housed, and I can't believe I'm going to bring this name up, but old Snowman told me to bring this name up. This is a franchise that had Bob Avellini. What the hell's an Avellini?
Oh my god!
At quarterback.
I got no idea what an Avellini is. I thought that was a Chevy truck.
What the hell's an Avellini?
I think it's a retired Chevy truck.
I mean, by God, y'all, they're making. They would think that they knew what to do when they had, what's that boy's name? Jim McMahon. Yeah, Jim McMahon. But Jim McMahon got beat to hell because that offensive line became porous. Jim McMahon got beat to hell, and there went your franchise quarterback. Then they had a feller there named Jim Harbaugh. And Jim Harbaugh there. Why? What the hell was he going to do to save your franchise at the quarterback position? Not a doggone thing. And now you got this young feller named Caleb Williams, who you can't protect, who you can't allow to use his gifts, though I'm willing to think old Snowman will tell you he ain't got any. I'm also inclined to think that old Snowman, who is very astute, he taught me that word, by the way, who's very astute when it comes to football. He tells me that Caleb Williams, his best days were at Oklahoma. I said, Oklahoma? I said, yeah. He said that he played with the Oklahoma Sooners and looked better in one game. And somehow that one game got him drafted. I said, which game is that? That better not be the game against Texas. Yeah, it's the game against Texas, where they came all the way back from 28-7 down and won the thing. Oh, that had me cussing. And now they're depending on this kid which they messed up. They drafted number 1 overall, which they messed up, by the way, to be their franchise quarterback. Really? That's about as bad as that New England sandwich that was described earlier in the day. And this is minus the 38-day-old male. Wait, that's coach. I'm sorry. I'll take that back. Listen, Chicago Bears. You know what you got to do? You got to blow it up. Everybody in that front office, including Ryan Pace, who is nothing but a puppet right now, has got to go. You need to get some football people in there. You need to get some people in there that actually know what they're doing. Do what the Washington Redskins did. They poached a guy off the San Francisco staff, and now look at what they're doing. Look at what San Francisco is doing. Yeah, they've been beat to hell this year. Yeah, they had to walk off yesterday, but damn it, they won. See, the first thing y'all need to learn in Chicago is winning football. And you haven't had that since 1985, and 2006 don't count because you got crowned by Peyton Manning and the Colts in the Super Bowl. You know how you need to rebuild this? You need to learn from a fella named Gary Barnett. Who's Gary Barnett, you ask? He took a downtrodden Northwestern team to the Rose Bowl. Why can't you do that? Why can't you get some players in there that actually want to play the game, that actually will have pride in playing for the Bears? See, I think the Bears are the second level of purgatory.
The first is the Seattle Seahawks.
The first is the Seattle Sea Squawks. The third level of purgatory is the New England Patriots.
I mean, you're not wrong.
The fourth level of purgatory is the Dallas Cowboys, and I'll get to them later. But this is all about the Chicago Bears, and the commissioner's just about done here. But I might be back later to talk about the Seattle. What'd you call them? Oh yeah, Seattle Supersonics.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a truckload. I got a truckload of hate to drop on the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm glad they got a foot put in their ace.
Ooh. Ooh. Shots are being fired everywhere, and the commissioner is on the hot seat. He's just burning everybody up. Commissioner, thank you so much.
Oh, I'm nowhere near done. This is my premiere week.
I hope that flamethrower's got a refillable tank.
Oh, I've already called the propane company. We got about a good 6 months worth coming in. So
no. I canceled that call. We got a good 2 years worth.
Oh, good.
We got plenty.
I was about to say, I was wondering why Hank brought the big truck.
Uh-huh. I called Hank personally and told him to bring the big ass truck. Not the big truck, but the big ass truck. Listen, Chicago. Your teams right now suck.
Yeah.
End of story.
And some of them are trying to get better.
There's a couple teams that are trying to get better.
The Bulls.
Let's go Blackhawks. Let's go Bulls. I'll save the White Sox for the spring. But your Chicago Bears are forever going to be mediocre. Forever going to be mediocre. Unless you get that witch out of office named Virginia McCaskey.
They need the Blues Brothers to make a trip up to the front office.
That witch.
Yeah, you got to get that witch out of there named Virginia McCaskey because she don't know how to run a team. And I don't think she cares anymore. Matter of fact, I'm willing to bet I know she doesn't care anymore. All she doing is sitting on her ass and collecting the check.
Sounds more like my casket.
I will not make a comment right now because Father O'Shaughnessy had to rein me in.
I was wondering why he was still kicking around.
Yeah, I kicked him out. I told him, I got this. Now bait it. And that's what Virginia Caskin needs to do. Now bait it.
What did y'all create? Oh my god.
I got nothing here. I at least waited till the break to lose my mind.
We couldn't even wait till that long. Good Lord. The commissioner is amazing.
Oh, what have we unleashed?
Oh god, I've been holding on to that for like a month.
Oh
my gosh, we need a break.
Yeah, we're about hit halftime anyway.
Yep, we're at halftime. I gotta recover from this.
Oh my god. I've been here wheezing for the past 15 minutes.
There.
That witch.
I can't believe I came up with that.
I love this.
I just throw in my casket.
I threw in the accent out of nowhere.
That's what really sold it for me, was like that witch out of here. Oh my god.
Y'all know I'm gonna edit the hell out of that, right?
Oh my god.
This whole first hour is going to get edited the hell out of. Father O'Shaughnessy breaks down a sandwich, and then the next edit, here comes the commish.
And I may have a little bit of help in solving a murder.
Did you call the Hardy Boys?
And Nancy Drew?
No.
No?
Nope. I went and got a private investigator. A private eye, if you will.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Are we having another debut today?
Possibly.
What the hell have we started?
Look, a lot of this started with Ray Ray. All that Ray started this 2 years ago.
Yep. And then the
Ray started this.
CEO.
I love you, Cole Johnson, who created the character Ray, but Ray started this 2 years ago and had us all laughing.
Yes, he did.
And now every last one of us has basically got somebody.
Got an alter ego. But I got to tell you, I've been sitting on the commissioner for about a month. And at the last second, I threw in the Southern twang.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. The Father O'Shaughnessy came out of nowhere for me. And when the Irish and Scottish mix came in, I was like, screw it. I'm rolling with it. I'm just going to roll with this. The hell with it.
Best. That was the best, man. That was the best when you added the you combine the Scottish and Irish accent.
Right.
I was like, the hell with it. I'm rolling with it.
Yep. Oh, Lordy. Let's take a breather.
Yeah.
Because
halftime.
We gonna need it.
Yep, we got halftime.
Second half after this. Good grief, what's wrong with me?
Damn.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit SnowmanMultimediaSports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to SnowmanMultimediaSports.com/Fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
What the was that?
I don't know.
I'm still
What
trying to figure
the
it out.
was that?
The pastor went nuts. The commissioner went in. Lord have
And I still could have
mercy.
done more. I still got more to say.
Well,
We're
like,
into the second hour of this madhouse.
well, like you're going to do more.
I am going to do more. Matter of fact, he's banging on the door right now.
Uh-oh.
Which had me saying,
Great googly moogly.
Speaking of that commercial,
Oh boy.
we were watching the Texans and the Lions. And we were at commercial break, and I'm watching, and I saw this commercial. I'm like, wait a minute.
They redid it.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, that looks familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And all I saw was Andy Reid say, nice job. But
But
who are the chefs?
Great googly moogly.
I was like, no, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
I like the old one better.
Well,
With
of
the old
course.
guy.
Well, yeah, especially with the great googly moogly.
With the one of my favorite sounds of all.
Great googly moogly.
And you can just feel the anger and the disappointment at the same time.
Yeah.
I put all that work in.
And forgot one letter.
Because you see him roping off the sections and roping off the letters and everything.
Right.
And he gets a pat on the back and you hear, that's great. But who are the chefs?
And you're like,
and you look at the end and you look at his work and you look at the end zone and you can just hear him.
Great googly moogly.
It's like, what now? What do I do?
Only with the way they modernize it now, they use the modern font for the Chiefs. They actually use the modern font for the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure Joy got a kick out of that because that was a great commercial.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait, was this last night?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, brother, I passed out.
I know you did because
Joy
you
had
had
an
a
insane headache.
Yeah.
And are you feeling better, sir?
Kinda. I don't really know anymore.
Migraine or?
It was a migraine last night.
What about this morning?
This morning, it's more like a mild headache.
Okay.
Get out of here. Go rest.
No. Hell no.
You can't make me. You won't make me. No.
I worry about you. I don't call you my on-screen son for nothing.
Yeah, but I'm also the hockey god.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Next on the hit list. Thank you, Jake Moody.
Money Moody, who proved
Yeah.
he was money. Not all the time, but he certainly came out when he needed it, when the team needed the most.
Thank you, Jake Moody. Anyone who watched the broadcast yesterday saw every emotion come out of me during that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my wife that I'd keep it to a low roar because she had homework to do.
And you failed miserably.
I lied.
Immediately.
That deserves a...
I say it's more than that. It deserves a big, fat, craptacular.
Oh, no. Me keeping a low roar? Set it up, Victor.
That earned a spectacular, big, fat, craptacular.
Was staring the 49ers in the face after Moody missed 3 field goals yesterday. But the one that he did hit The third one that he hit, that counted, walked us off.
Mm-hmm.
I went back into the bedroom and I said, thank God. And we made an executive decision. Yes. Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Victor were talking offline. We looked at that 4:00 slate yesterday and went, ain't no way we're covering one of these games.
And I was like, no.
Us cover a 405 game in this week.
Stop the cap.
And the weird thing is, a couple of those 405 games were actually a couple of them. No. I was looking at the 1 o'clock schedule.
I'll stop your sentence right there. No.
Those were two of the blowout games.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, there
I
was
have
a
a way
murder.
to describe these games.
Okay.
Mr. Snowman, Mr. Vicola, and it's with one word.
It was worse
Wrong
than that.
one.
Trays.
Agreed.
It was worse than that. It was a murder.
Uh-oh.
There was a murder on the scene.
Do we have a private eye coming in?
Yeah, he wanted me to bring him in just to kind of get the preliminaries and why I asked him to join me. Come on in. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
My name is Vic Ayla. Private detective extraordinaire.
No way. There's no way. Yo.
I have been recently commissioned by Mr. Victor Locke to find out the whodunits and the whys in the murder of the Dallas Cowboys. There was blood everywhere on the scene, with the Philadelphia Eagles laying the smackdown on the Cowboys.
Oh my God.
It was
I'm loving
painful.
this already.
Not the Cowboys fans. They weren't loving it. 34-6. And my first question was, what were the weapons?
Wait. Snowman, you know what this is missing? Some smooth jazz in the background while he investigates the scene.
Thank you for saying that. Go on, detective.
I was about to say this also needs to be turned into black and white.
The first one was Jalen Hurts, who went 14-20 with 202 yards. He got one pick but 2 touchdowns. And of course, Saquon Barkley. That 357 Magnum himself, 14 carries for 66 yards. And even A.J. Brown, 5 catches for 109 yards. How do you even get 109 yards out of 5 catches?
You know who you want to ask, Victor? He took a little page out of the book of MVS.
MVS. We'll get to him later. He's probably a suspect too. But then I start looking around at other issues. I start looking around for maybe this being an inside job.
Oh, no.
I saw that there were no real defenses around the Cowboys offense. That looked just about as bad as the pasta sandwich. Cooper Rush, 13 of 23 for only 45 yards. How do you only get 45 yards of 13 completions? It got so bad, they even took the leftovers of the 49ers and brought out Trey Lance.
They did. They did. Oh my gosh.
Joe Dowdle didn't help much either. 12 carries for 53 yards. And then we got one of my prime suspects of who killed the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh no.
Ezekiel Elliott. Who's whining so badly he looks like Joel Embiid out there.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
And with nothing to show for it, only 6 carries for 22 yards.
Big woof.
He only got 1 yard more than his number on his jersey. It's terrible out there. And I think I may have found a break in the case. A shadowy organization known as the Moronic Republic of Cowboys Nation. Who are so stupid that they still believe that they are them boys. We can go all the way to the head of the table, who I believe the undisputed leader is Gerald Jack Daniels. But he's insulated. Give him that. There might be 3 individuals responsible for this. The first one is one that Vic refuses to call him by his name and has commissioned me to call him by the name of Pennywise. Now, Pennywise is an individual who will take his star at the time, running back, and make him center, only for him to also be mighty.
This man just said moited.
But I got a second in command for this moronic republic. And he ain't really all that shadowy. He goes by the name... Wait, is this right? Well, you wrote this down. You tell me this is right, correct? All right. He goes by the name of Tyrone Alize McDummy. But they call him Tam.
Oh my God.
Who works as a...
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still...
Now, I can't believe that he's a second in command because there's no way someone that stupid could be part of a criminal organization. But I got my work cut out for me.
Oh my God.
So I'll be coming back after another Cowboys loss next week to the Houston Texans. And I'll be looking again to see if I can find out who is really behind the murder of the Dallas Cowboys.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
That's my next case, to find out who in the world would beat a horse to death.
You know what? Don't look at me over here. I didn't send the horse. I just sent the horse's head.
Hey, I got nothing to do with a murder.
But I must say this. There's a personal reason for me. Because I remember the Jimmy Johnson era. And when I see how the Cowboys were back there in the 90s with Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, the playmaker Deion Sanders, and Michael Irvin, it brings a tear to my eye to see where the Cowboys are now. But that's all for me today. I'll be back next week. And hopefully I'll have a break in the case. Vic A. Law, signing out.
We need a break.
Please close the door behind you. Thank you.
We need a break.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
I got
a joke.
I got nothing.
I'm good.
Nothing.
I'm good.
I think we need a break after this.
Dear God, damn it, we do.
We're back in a deuce, everyone.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Hi.
Oh, hell. Here we go.
I'm back. After what happened with the last segment, I figure
You weren't done.
I thought I was done, but I ain't done because there's another team I got to roast,
Oh boy.
and that, yeah, I'm all buttoned up here. Okay, I got everything straight now, and that team is the damn Oklahoma City Thunder. That's right, I said it. It's the damn Oklahoma City Thunder. Sit down. Now,
God help
I
us.
was told by the man in charge that I could say what I want to say as long as I incorporate this button. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. Oklahoma City Thunder, y'all. Y'all ain't got no business being in the league when your team should be at home in Seattle. And of course, I'm talking about the Seattle Supersonics. Who the thought it was a good idea to bring basketball to Oklahoma City?
Oh,
ain't a damn thing in Oklahoma City. I'll say it again. Ain't a damn thing in Oklahoma City, and yet somehow y'all get to share a history with the Seattle Supersonics. Man, all y'all. All you some need to go. Especially this current team that got a foot put in their collective ass by the Golden State Warriors. Who's going to win the Western Conference, by the way? That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Basketball, professional basketball at that, in a college state. You got Oklahoma State. That's fine. You ain't got no business being in Oklahoma City.
You think they would just put a football team in Oklahoma City rather than a basketball team?
Shut up. Don't give them any ideas.
I'm sure Jim Ross has already tried.
I'm sure he has.
Even Jim Ross can see the frivolity in that. There's another one of them there fancy words. Frivolity. I don't know what this Brad Snow's teaching me, but he's teaching me some good words, and I'm going to use them.
Oh,
what was I saying before? Oh, yeah. The Oklahoma City Thunder. And while I'm at it, the New Orleans Pelicans, too. Zion Williamson, you a bust bigger than Caleb Williams.
Ooh.
No, don't use that one. Oh, I'm sorry. Zion Williamson, you a bust bigger than Dak Prescott. I think that upset the wife a little bit.
Oh, dear God, help us today.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. The Oklahoma City Thunder. They're playing like bitches. That's why they got their ass kicked in the Western Conference playoffs last year. They're a bunch of frauds. Yes, I said it right. Frauds.
Not frauds, frauds.
They're frauds. Just like one of the teams is going to be tonight, either the Miami Dolphins or the Los Angeles Rams. Los Angeles Rams, weren't they in St. Louis?
They moved about 20 years ago.
They moved back. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
Now, why don't we have NBA basketball in Seattle? I'll tell you why. It's Adam Silver's puppet.
You mean Adam Stern? You mean Adam Stern since he took over,
right?
Adam Stern ain't got no to put the NBA back where it belongs in Seattle. So you just gonna wipe out a 41-year history and not step in and help them with all the money you're making hand over fist. I blame you, David Stern, first and foremost. God rest you. But Adam Silver, you got every right in the world to tell Oklahoma City to f off. And yet you ain't doing it.
Oh my God, today.
Southern accent. Go, not from the backwoods of Mississippi. What the fuck?
Well, that broke that segment.
And that just broke everything we had with radio. We're sorry.
I know you were faking it. I mean, come on now. I know how you talk. It was like,
oh Lord,
murdered everything.
The legendary Dr. K
Dr.
strikes
K
again.
just put the nuke in this one.
She just put the nail in the coffin in this one.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
you silenced yourself.
Mm-mm.
Do you need me to say it again?
Nope.
Yes. Say it again. Please. Say it again.
I said, what the fuck is up with the Southern accent? I married a man from Chicago, not from the backwoods of Mississippi. What the fuck?
if anyone here is supposed to have a Southern accent, it should be me because my dad is from Georgia.
I'm from North Carolina, so
My wife
My dad is
truly
from
has
Georgia.
my wife has a true Southern accent. I was trying to fake it for 10 minutes and I didn't even get to 5 minutes, and my baby pops in here
and completely breaks the segment.
For our folks on Mosaic TV
For those that are listening to us on TV and radio, we apologize.
and WWRSN, we are sorry.
Yeah.
I know. You're crazy. I already knew that. So we're going to just, go with it, I guess. But bam.
I think we need a
now
break.
and you
after
wonder
that.
why I call this a Manic Monday episode.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
my dad's from Georgia. He grew up in Oklahoma. So, South is everything.
I'm hungry today, so I can give you shit while you're doing your show.
But, Snowman.
All right, let's take a break.
Yep.
Let's bring Jay Spivey in to somewhat
Get us
calm
back.
this down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do say somewhat. Oh my gosh.
That was
We're back in a deuce.
Never mind. No. We're staying here. We're staying here.
No.
Oh,
We're staying here. We're staying here.
Oh my God.
Hold on. You know what?
Oh my.
We gotta pause that.
We got off the rails 15 minutes into this damn thing, and now we've completely gone off the Google map.
Right.
Here's Jay. Is back with us after an unexcused long absence, which was my fault because I didn't alert him of the time change. And let me bring him in right now. Good morning, Jay. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
What up, Jay?
Sir?
I thought I'd been fired from the show. It's been so long.
No.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Nope. This is my fault. I messed it up and didn't alert you of the time change.
Jay, call him on his BS. You know it.
He
We're
knows
dead
I
here.
always will do that.
We're done.
Oh boy.
Brian, you're going to have a hell of a time cutting this one.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to cut it. I think I'm going to leave it as is. Well, let's get into it as we welcome Jay from North Carolina this morning. And Jay, what happened in Germany?
Well, first of all, it was two really bad football teams playing each other.
That's a given.
That's a given. Yes.
But I mean, as bad as the Panthers are, and it actually seems like the little break that the Panthers had a couple weeks ago, changing quarterbacks, has seemed to have helped. But the Giants are just
The Giants are terrible.
a mess. They're just a mess.
Yeah, they are.
They are indeed a mess.
And
I
then
mean,
some.
it's a shame that's the game they choose to put in Germany, but you really can't. You really can't blame the NFL for that.
And I was actually up.
I was gonna say, at least they
for
played
that
early, so
game.
no one be up.
I
for
watched
it.
every second of it. I watched every second of it.
I was up. I was up for that game, and I texted the guys, and I said, "What the heck am I doing up?"
My exact answer was, I could ask myself the same question.
What is different about the Carolina Panthers the last week or couple weeks compared to earlier in the season, Jay?
I believe their quarterback has sort of grown up the last couple of weeks. I mean, I think that when Andy Dalton took over, and unfortunately Andy Dalton was in a car wreck, and I hope he and his family are okay, because, I mean, that could have been a lot worse than it really was.
Yeah.
But I think that break was good for him. And they were talking about that yesterday. Kurt Warner was talking about that yesterday, about he just sort of grew up in those couple of weeks, and he learned how to be a professional. Not that he wasn't before, but he really learned how Andy Dalton did it, and Andy Dalton's had a pretty good career over the years.
So now going forward, can he apply that throughout the rest of the season?
No, I don't mean the Panthers are just not that good. I mean, and plus they just traded 2 receivers away. They just happened to play a really bad team yesterday.
And Chuba Hubbard got 150 some odd yards running.
And they actually signed him, so they actually did something good this week.
Yes, they did. They
4
did.
years, $33 million.
Now they just have to make it worth it and fix
Now,
that.
I mean, they're just going to have to do better in the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, not just this coming draft, but a lot of drafts to come.
Yes, because the last couple of years in the draft, they have been god awful.
Right.
Well, and let's not forget, in the last 2 years, they haven't even had a number 1 pick.
Nope. Traded that to the Bears, and we see the end result of that. We see the end result of that.
And
if they would just clearly the Tepper family has good faith and does good things, and they just got to lay off the football aspect of it.
Weren't we talking about this earlier today with the Chicago Bears?
Yes.
Yep.
Let your football people run the program. You're the owner of the team. Don't be Jerry Jones and run the team, because we've seen how that works.
No,
the Cowboys are a nightmare right now.
Look at
He comes out there yesterday. He comes out there yesterday chastising reporters. Stop the reporters' fault for asking legitimate questions.
I got to ask about something like that, Mr. Spivey. Have you ever known someone to be this arrogant and this narcissistic that they get upset because reporters are doing their job? I guess sometimes reporters can be a little snippy. They can say they can ask questions that are completely out of line, but not in this case. Not in Jerry Jones's case.
Listen, I've been in this business for 33 and a half years. And I mean, obviously, of course, I grew up. I mean, I probably asked some dumb questions when I was growing up, and I see some dumb questions now, mainly, and I hate to say this, but mainly from TV people. They ask really dumb questions. But in this case, I watched the interview yesterday. She asked him a legitimate question. And he went out and said, I don't mean to be sarcastic about it, but what do you mean by that? He knew exactly what she meant by it.
Right. It kind of reminds me about that situation.
They suck. They just suck.
Right. It kind of reminds me of that situation that happened with Cam a few years back, where he got snippy with a female reporter when she was talking about routes. And he was like, "Oh, it's kind of funny, a woman talking about routes." Like, is it though?
Yeah, I remember that. Well, that shows you what a prick he was. And
right.
Everybody gave him a pass on it in North Carolina.
Not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Then still to this day, people love him for some unknown reason and think he should be in the Hall of Fame. No, he is not a Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame?
He had one good year.
No, he had one good half of a year.
Who is smoking
Look, there
what?
are a lot of people who think he should be in the Hall of Fame. Not me.
Not I.
Not
this
I.
panel here.
And I used to be a fan of Cam Newton, but not to the level he should be in the Hall of Fame.
He showed his true colors in the Super Bowl when he acted like a little child.
Yes, exactly.
Who's smoking what grass to think
There are a
Cam
lot of
belongs in the
people.
hall?
And Snowman, you know one of them.
Oh yeah.
And here's the funny thing. About that, right? Here's the funny thing about because it seemed like I don't know if this was just the Panther reporters trying to spin this, but they were saying that Vaughn was right behind him, and he was like joking about how they stuffed the Panther offense, and that's why Cam left in a huff, because it's like he felt he was respected. I'm like, yeah, but here's the thing, dude. You have been sitting there dabbing and dancing, which I have no problem with. I have no problem with you celebrating with your team, but understand that people are gonna get rubbed the wrong way, and you're gonna have to answer those questions. That's just how it works.
I got a problem with it when you're and let's face it, most quarterbacks are the faces of their franchise, and he was, like it or not, he was. But when you get up and you run or you die for a 1 yard first down, and you go up and act like you pull off act like you're Superman, or you do the first down imitation,
right?
That gets old after a while. You're paid to do that. You are paid to do that.
Right.
And I'm not talking about just him. There are a lot of pro athletes who do that, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
You are paid to do that.
This ain't Madden.
Exactly. It's not Madden, and it's not I can't think of the game right now. NFL Blitz.
And I know a lot of people are gonna say, I'm a grumpy old man. I don't really care what people think. That's how I grew up. That's how I grew up.
Right. And that's how I grew up also.
That's don't get me wrong. I love the bat flips in baseball. I mean, that's just flexing on somebody. That's one thing. But if someone's gonna bat flip on a single, then you got a problem.
That's it right there.
Or when you lollygag and you get a single on what probably should have been at least a double.
Yeah, that's a problem.
When you hit the ball off the top of the wall and you get a single, that's your fault.
Bryce Harper, anyone?
I'm just gonna put it like this. I'm not adverse to celebration, especially when it comes to touchdowns, right? Especially if you're gonna do it with your team. That's fine. But you get like a 1 yard first down, and you're doing a 4.5 minute dance sequence. What's wrong with you?
Oh my
God! I mean, the same can be said for dunks. I mean, I don't mind someone saying it with their chest when it's a post or anything. But if you end up doing that stuff on like a layup or a jump shot, saying it with your chest, that's just stupid, man.
Yeah, 7 feet tall. It's not hard to dunk it.
Right.
Now, you brought up a certain person. We're not going to name names here, but that is a big-time lover and supporter of Cam Newton, and believes
he might be the head of his fan club.
Yeah, he might be. And for some god-awful reason, he believes that Cam Newton should be in the Hall of Fame. Well, riddle me this to that same person. First of all, where are his Super Bowl rings? He doesn't have any.
He has 0.
The Panther pinheads.
The Panther pinheads. Yes, exactly. Second of all, where are his Super Bowl appearances?
He had 1.
Plural. He has 1. Third of all,
we took care of that.
And how'd that work out for him that day?
It didn't.
We took care of that.
It didn't work out at all.
No.
Third of all, for this person, and I use the term very loosely, some of the ways that he thinks when it comes to sports are just plain outlandish.
Right.
I've made a lot of jokes about a lot of players and teams, and Jay, you've hung with me for the last 2.5 years, and we made a lot of jokes on this program about him, but some stuff he actually believes.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, anybody?
The commish is about to come back out and go after somebody.
The commish will be back tomorrow to deal with the. Let me just say this: game manager Miles. I don't care what anybody says and what detractors say. It's like in the opening line of the show. To all you San Francisco 49er and Brock Purdy haters, especially after what happened yesterday, and for them to still have the confidence in Jake Moody, shut up.
Right.
Listen, we're less than a full year away from Brock Purdy signing a humongous contract because the window for negotiations starts in March.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And they're going to dig up every source they can to sign him and keep him. And it's going to
They
be
don't
a
have any other choice but to sign him.
Exactly. 3 NFC championship games, a Super Bowl, 2 NFC championship games, a Super Bowl, quarterbacking a team that's been beat all to hell.
Mm-hmm.
He is always going to have the moniker being Mr. Irrelevant, whether he's proven, and he's proven he can be a good quarterback. He's always going to have that moniker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like still to this day, people talking about Tom Brady was drafted in the 6th round. So what?
Right.
And
So what? Look what he did.
Here's the funny thing, right? Because we talk about like elite quarterbacks, and of course, one of them had to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady was supposedly a product of his environment under Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.
Well, he got 7 rings to prove it,
right? And then he goes down to Tampa Bay and lights that team up to where they win the Super Bowl. Now you take someone like Cam Newton, who had, like you said, one good half of a year where they made it to the Super Bowl as the Carolina Panthers. Then he goes to New England under the same Bill Belichick
and does nothing.
And does
because
nothing.
He couldn't throw the ball 15 yards. And he
you're
couldn't
like,
run anymore because all he did was run the ball.
Right. And so, and you're thinking like, these two guys, like we know whether people like him or hate him, Tom Brady is a Hall of Famer.
Period.
Oh,
Period.
Not even close.
First ballot unanimous.
That's not even close.
That's the first ballot unanimous.
And you're saying that Cam Newton is on the same par as Tom Brady?
Or even Joe Montana.
It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy to even hear people discuss Cam Newton being a Hall of Famer. And there are a lot of people out there who think he should be.
I'll put it this way.
What
There's
probably
only one person that's worse than Dak Prescott, and that's probably Cam Newton.
You know what? I give you 3 players right now that deserve more Hall of Fame consideration than Cam Newton. Tom Rathman, Darryl Johnston, and John Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go with that.
Roger Craig.
Oh, my God. Roger Craig.
That could be a special in its own right there.
That's the one.
Roger Craig should have his
forgot
bronze.
when it was. It was either a Sunday night or a Monday night game when the 49ers are on there discussing that. And they were like, why is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Exactly.
Good question.
How many times have I discussed it on this program?
We have the Snowman soapbox for that. Just for that thing with Roger Craig. And why he hasn't been in the Hall of Fame, I still don't know. But I mean,
I don't get it.
Like you're not gonna speak about Cam Newton in the same annals of history as the likes of Troy Aikman, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Tom Brady.
I
mean, even Jim McMahon is a better quarterback. Was a better quarterback than Cam.
Well,
Newton.
you were just talking about Dak Prescott. I mean, everybody talks about why they gave him that deal.
Yeah,
and now it looks really bad, especially since he's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's probably gonna miss the rest of this year. But what were they supposed to have done? I mean, they're kind of locked in a position where they either sign him
choice
or they let him go and have. I mean, you saw the garbage they trotted down the field to play quarterback yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cooper Rush and Trey Lance suck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a bigger dumpster fire than the New Orleans Pelicans are.
And Jerry Jones can blame himself. They drafted, they put themselves in a position when they had no running back, and they had all these running backs in the draft this past year, and didn't draft a single running
one
back.
of them. Nope.
Yeah, what does Gerald do?
Back and you suspend him last week for being a fool.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just sad.
Zeke Elliott's days of being a good running back are over.
Been over.
And the moment he got paid is the moment he started going downhill.
You let Pollard walk, even though Pollard was kind of hot and cold last year.
Signed Pollard. They should have signed Pollard.
Should have signed Pollard.
They should have.
Yep.
Should have signed Pollard.
How hard is it to draft a running back?
It's not that hard at all. They could have
used it. You have 7 rounds to draft a running back. You didn't draft a single running back.
Mm-hmm.
You could have taken that 2nd round pick and drafted a running back, because you already used your first pick on an O lineman, which wasn't a bad idea. But
it's just like the Bills didn't draft a receiver in the 1st round, and they traded their pick to the Chiefs.
Who grabbed the receiver to grab the receiver that the Bills should have grabbed, and his
they
name
play
is
each other on
Xavier.
Sunday. You know they're going to mention
Yep.
that.
And they grabbed the receiver the Bills should have grabbed, who was staring him right in the face. His name is Xavier Worthy.
How much do you think that could have helped Josh Allen?
Big time.
You know how many over the top play? You know how many over the
Trade your
top
pick
plays
to the Chiefs
of
who
all
beat you
teams?
every year in the playoffs.
Of all teams.
Of all teams, you traded your first round pick to the Chiefs.
Yep.
And they grabbed the pick that you wanted in the first place.
You know, Andy Reid is laughing all the way home
to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
To the bank.
All the way to the bank. All the way to the bank. And you can't tell me that they're not going to use that as bulletin board material when they hook up on Sunday.
Oh yeah, they're going to.
And where do you ever? I know the CBS. I'm sorry. I knew Fox has 2 games on at 4 and 5. I get that. But when do you ever see the 425 slot where there's only one game? One game.
Mm-hmm. And it's the Bills and the Chiefs.
That's crazy.
You never see that.
You never see that.
No, you don't.
You never see that. And it's at Rich Stadium. I'm sorry, I can't call it Highmark Stadium. I can't call it Ralph Woodson Stadium. I only know it as Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York.
Well, they got about a year and a half to go. They're going to tear it down.
I know. They're going to blow it up. They're going to blow it up. Speaking of blowing it up, how long before the Charlotte Hornets do the same thing?
They need to.
And they lost a
I keep
heartbreaker.
telling people around here over and over, and they don't understand what I'm talking about.
They lost.
You've got to do this through the draft because free agents aren't coming to Charlotte.
Nope.
Right.
And
It's
plus,
not a transient. What you say, Jay? It's not a transient city.
what they need to do is kind of do like what Oklahoma City did and just tear it down to the bones.
Mm-hmm.
And look how good they are.
Here's the crazy part.
Because Charlotte's a much bigger city than Oklahoma City is.
Yep.
And it's probably a bigger destination than Oklahoma City, but Oklahoma City's done it right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing is like if it seems like the city itself should be a metropolis that you'd want to go play for, but it just seems like the team's reputation and their reputation precedes them, and so no one wants to go there.
Right.
I mean, who would want to play for them?
Look at the ownership.
Right.
Who'd want to play?
And they, for some reason, have salary cap issues every year.
Mm-hmm. And they seem to be getting worse.
And they always seem to draft in that. They always seem to draft in like at the end of the lottery or just slightly outside of the lottery. Well, you're not going to get any better. You're not going to get better doing that because the field is just not that good.
Mm-mm.
I mean, like this past
really
draft was
isn't.
terrible. This past draft was awful.
Mm-hmm.
And you draft 13 and 14, you're not going to get any good players at that spot.
Right.
Not for a team that desperately needs someone to draw people to Charlotte.
Right.
And if you're going strictly off college basketball, and I've already been to 2 college basketball games this year. I mean, through the first week, and don't get me wrong, you know that I love this team, but it was dreadful basketball. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
They shot almost 43 pointers on Monday night when I went. Made 8 of them.
8.
Ew.
They were 8 for 39.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
gosh.
I'm sorry. That probably shouldn't have laughed at that, but God,
That's bad. And then they missed 13 free throws.
Wait,
Oh
what?
my Lord.
Okay, that's not funny.
And still won.
And still won.
Yes.
Wasn't that the game against Elon?
No, this is Coppin State. They beat Coppin State.
Oh, yeah.
On Monday night, last Monday night.
Coppin State by shooting 39 3-point field goal attempts.
And missed 31 of them.
And missed 31 of them.
See, this is my point about analytics. Everybody says that you're better off shooting 3-pointers than driving to the basket. Well, if you miss 31 3-pointers, how about driving to the basket?
Right.
And collapsing the defense so it can open up that outside
or shoot
shot.
one from the free throw line or somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the moment you said 3-pointers, all I could think about was what Deeth said to me about my Jayhawks.
Oh, they're
shooting
3-pointers instead of throwing touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I will I will give. I cannot stand Carolina, but I will give Carolina and Kansas a lot of credit for playing that game Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
But the mistake was playing that game on Friday night.
There you go.
Right.
They should not have played on Friday night. However, when are you going? They probably should have played on like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have. I know
you
the
have a
Champions
lot.
thing. I know the Champions thing is tomorrow night, and where Chicago or New York or wherever the heck it is.
Mm-hmm.
But don't play that game on Friday night.
And they got it wrong. They got the Champions Class. They got the Champions Classic wrong, and I'll tell you why. Deets brought this to my attention. Where are the defending champs?
Well, they're always. It's the same 4 teams every year. It's Kentucky, Kansas, Michigan State, and Carolina every year, and Duke.
I think what they were thinking was UConn did lose a lot of their big guys, a lot of their good players.
No, I just think this is the same group of teams they have every year. I don't think UConn's ever been in this thing. It's some conglomeration of 4 or 5 teams almost every year.
They're the defending champions.
But don't play that game Friday night.
They're the defending.
To be fair, Jay, I was happy because I work at a Culver's, and finally there was a Friday where we were not busy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was normally I'm in a high school football game, but because of Hurricane Helene in the western part of North Carolina, a lot of the playoffs were originally supposed to start this past Friday, but they delayed the playoffs to allow the teams in the mountains to make up some games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I did not have a game to cover Friday night, so I actually went to the Wake Forest and California football game.
Right.
Well, while I was watching the game, of course, there were endless TV timeouts. I actually watched the end of the Carolina-Kansas game on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
But it shouldn't have even been in that position.
No, it shouldn't have.
I mean, I'm sure it got decent ratings, but who's going to watch on a Friday night in early November? Of course, don't even get me started on my soapbox about starting the season so early anyway.
Yeah, I'm a step ahead of you because they should start it
Thanksgiving week is when it should start.
Thanksgiving week. And that's when I was used to them starting.
And also, I want to say, I know why a lot of these teams are where they are, like why, the Oregon is still, and why Oregon moved to the Big Ten is because they have a good football program and a good basketball program and all this. But what I still don't understand is what's the point of keeping the Pac-12 in college football if the Pac-12 completely fizzled it out everywhere else?
Right.
True. And they're planning to bring some teams into the Pac-12.
They've already got what 8 or 9 of them already.
Like Washington State moved to the WCC, including Oregon State. They both moved.
It just seems like
I'm sick of this.
They're holding on to something that's been dead
for so long.
That is
for a year now. I mean, yeah,
it's all about dollar bills, y'all.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It is. I agree. I totally agree with that.
It's all about dollar bills. And these teams that are not in the Big Ten or the SEC, look at the horrible position they are in now because they didn't think along the lines of, I don't care what people say, and I have a lot of people who say I'm wrong about this. It's all about football. All this realignment has to do with football. It has nothing to do with basketball. It has nothing to do with baseball or any other sport. This is all about football.
It's all about football and football money.
This is like Michigan State still holding on to the days when they could actually beat Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Rutgers cares that they might go 0-12 in football? And I know they're having a pretty good year this year. But do you think they care?
Because they have all their other sports.
Do you think Vanderbilt cares?
No,
because they got baseball.
They can make a pot full of money and do nothing. Vanderbilt can make a pot full of money and do absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And all because of the realignment.
But of course, I will say, to be fair to Vanderbilt, they are really good this year.
Rutgers and Vanderbilt are having pretty good years this year.
Yep, they are.
But in general, they don't really care.
Nope.
Do you think Northwestern cares?
No.
Not at all.
They're getting ready to build a Taj Mahal. I mean, they're in the middle of building a Taj Mahal football stadium. Do you think they care?
No.
You know what started that? You know what started that transformation for Northwestern? I was there when it happened, 1995. That 1995 year started a transformation for Northwestern because had they not had that run to the Rose Bowl, or what's the phrase they use, taking the purple to Pasadena, there would be no Northwestern Wildcats at all. There would be nothing like that. There would have been no recruitment of Darnell Autry. There would have been no hiring of Gary Barnett. There would have been no miraculous year beating Notre Dame, Michigan, and Penn State all in the same year. All in the same year. They don't have that season. None of the facilities that you see in Evanston, Illinois exist today without that year.
And then KU this year, they don't care about how they finish this year. They care about the new Memorial Stadium renovations.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
That's
care.
basically a brand new stadium too.
Who's getting a brand new stadium?
Kansas, but it's not brand new, but it might as well be.
Yeah. Yeah,
because Kansas has realized it's not just about basketball.
Right. They're
to
putting
be
their
fair,
money into
we're
football now.
losing Devin Neal, Jalen Daniels, and a lot of other players next year, so I'm worried about next year. But we get a new football stadium. I don't really care.
Mm-hmm. See, there you go. Right
We get
there.
a brand new stadium. It's going to have new scoreboards, a brand new field. It's going to look nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's face it, we're not too far away from, and I know people aren't going to like this, but we're not too far away from the schools in the Big Ten and the SEC creating their own, whatever it is, classification.
Yep.
It's not going to be part of the NCAA. And people don't understand. People don't even know this. But college football's not under the NCAA anyway.
Right.
They have their own rules.
Yep.
But it's going to be. I mean, that's why teams are trying to move into these two conferences because they know it's about ready to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably going to be NCAA basketball tournament's probably going to be completely different too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Because if you just had teams, and it's going to be more than the teams already in there now. I mean, because when this really happens, it's going to be, you're probably going to have 64 teams total in two different conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Probably something along those lines. Well, they can create their own tournament.
Yep. And within 5 years, that's going to happen, if not sooner.
Turner and CBS give up all the money they want, and they've got a lot of money tied up in it for however many years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you tell me this won't create a lot of money? It's just like I keep hearing Booker McFarland keeps whining about this is a 12-team playoff. It hasn't hurt college football at all.
No. It's made it better. It's made it better. It's made teams more competitive.
It should have made it 16.
Mm-hmm. And I've always said if the lower divisions can get it right and have 8 to 16 teams in their playoff, why can't the big boys do it? Now we got 12 and people are still whining and moaning about it.
And as of right now, you're going to have a lot of SEC and Big Ten teams in it, and they have every right to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
They're by far the two best conferences.
And they're playing like it.
Meanwhile, the ACC is a joke.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying all year Miami was a joke. They were overrated, and look what happened to them Saturday. They lose to sorry Georgia Tech.
They lost to Georgia Tech.
Right. And don't even get me started on Notre Dame because Notre Dame has no business in this thing because you lose to Northern Illinois at home, you should be disqualified. If they were any other team other than Notre Dame, they would not be in this poll.
Exactly. And yet they're in the top 10 in this poll.
And they have a chance of being at home in the playoffs.
Right.
That's a joke.
It is. It is. And I said it all weekend. And I will say it now. The wild card in this playoff is Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is the wild card in this playoff because they have no conference affiliation. They lost to Northern Illinois at home.
And they can do whatever they want because they have no conference affiliation.
Exactly. They will forever be an independent. The Big Ten came calling. They refused them. The ACC came calling.
The ACC did whatever they wanted to bow down to them. They play 5 games against the ACC every year. No way in the world I'd have done that. You either join full time or we're not playing you.
And yet they kowtowed to Notre Dame.
Yes, it did.
They kowtowed
because they wanted Notre Dame's money.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it much longer.
I saw a projection yesterday where they, as of right now, one projection had them at Indiana. You tell me that wouldn't Indiana wouldn't get hyped over that? Because you know darn well Notre Dame's not playing Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
Notre Dame's not playing Indiana.
Notre Dame will not play Indiana football. You know they're not going to.
Nope.
Not a chance. All right, we got to get out of here. Jay Spivey rejoining us here for a set of Spivey notes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Spivey.
Thank you, Jay Spivey, for coming back and hanging with us. We will talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good.
We got to go. This cold is trying to hang on to me, but I'm going to get rid of it in the next hour. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are. We hope y'all are too. And thank you, Dr. K, for the laughs. We appreciate you, honey. Bye-bye.